Okay, so we continue from last week. Now remember we said last week we talked last week about jeans, right? Wearing jeans. Okay, so why was there a big question in Christianity over time? Why did people want to ask about jeans? Because in the first place, jeans, when it was invented, it was used for work, all right? So the farmers on the farm, so they need something very thick, very hard, so that their clothes don't tear so easily, right? So that's the purpose. But then over time, the young people began to see it as a culture. So they all start to wear it, and when they wore it, it was a sign of a counterculture, right? A subculture. It's a sign of rebelliousness, a sign of we want to be different kind of behavior. So then became a subculture, all right? Then at that time, churches began to say, look, this is a subculture. People wear it for the purpose of acting rebellious, and children would purposely wear it to church to show that we don't like church. You know, we are the subculture, all right? So churches began to say, like, let's not do it. And of course, over time, there's the issue of formality. It's meant to be casual. Meant to be casual, informal. Some in the past they wore it out of disrespect. So over time these were the issues. That's why there's this question that even come up. So we discussed what that was. It does not mean that I put it the other way. It is always good to come to church to worship God formally, right? Formally. If you need to, maybe after this, a group of you is assigned to go fix the fence, and it is Sunday, and then you go change to jeans and go and work. Is it wrong? It is not wrong. All right, that particular thing that you're doing, you don't need to be formal. All right, so you might change because you might tear your suit pants or what. That is not wrong. Or maybe you're going out. Now some they go back and change because at old folks' home, maybe some of the ladies, I notice you tend to kneel down next to the elderly. You might want to change to something more comfortable, to kneel down next to them to help them. That's different, but don't dress in jeans to be formal. Oh, this is comfortable, this is relaxed kind of thing. It will change your attitude in worship. Okay, so that's what we talk about. Any question thus far? Yes. Sunday and Tuesday and Friday. What about Tuesday and Friday? Tuesday and Friday, it is, in a sense, yes, it is not the church formal worship. It is worship. In that sense, we do have many things that we do in there is worship style. So, for example, if you had a school event and then you were in jeans at the school event because it was a running, fixing thing event, and then after that you come straight to church. That is different from, I put it as, I think young people, today the culture of jeans is still quite strong of what it means. That's why over time it's the torn jeans and all that kind of thing. It is still there. All right, so just be cautious, just be aware of that. So Tuesday prayer meetings, Friday fellowship. I don't think there's hard and fast rule that you cannot, but ask yourself why you want to. Ask yourself why you want to. So I think that does it answer your question? Ask yourself why you want to. Okay? Alright, any other question? No, then we move to what does the Bible say about clothes? Does it matter to God? Does it matter to God? Now let us turn our Bibles to Exodus chapter 19, verse 10. Exodus 19, verse 10. Okay, Exodus 19, verse 10. Shall we read Exodus 19, verse 10? 1, 2, reading. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. Let them wash their clothes. So even when they were going to come before God, God says, sanctify them, and let them wash their clothes. And this is not one time. Okay, so God does put thought that when men come before God, you don't come any old how. It is to train their thinking. Understand? Would you go and do gardening or play football, play games, and then you're all dirty and your clothes are wet and unkempt? Would you then wear that and go and meet your boss or your teacher or someone important? No, right? You will go back and change. You go back and make yourself presentable. Why? Because you respect the person that you are going to see. Correct? So when God tells them wash their clothes, is to tell them, know that when you come before me, I expect you to be reverential. To be reverential, all right? Don't just come any old how. There was once I went to a funeral. I went to a funeral and some people came, right? Two person came wearing crumpled track pants that they wear for maybe for sleeping, and then a track suit that is also dirty, stained, and then unzipped, and then wore slippers and came for the funeral. Jesse, why do you make that face? It's a bit disgusting. Why is it disgusting? Right, but at a funeral, why is it disgusting? Very good. How old are you, Jesse? 8. 8 years old naturally have an understanding. It's disgusting. Why disgusting? Not because it's old. It's disgusting because we want to respect the family, right? It is out of respect for the family. You don't go there. People know. You see, people heart to heart. They know I care. Anyway, the person is dead, can't see or smell me. But it's always for respect for the living, right? He's the living God. So God says, I want to train you to think like that. How we wear, what we do with our clothes has a bearing on what you're thinking about the person you're meeting. Okay? Now, does it mean that if you dress very formally, very nicely, you are very respectful? You dress formally to church to worship. Sit properly also. Does it mean that, very respectful? Not necessarily, right? Because in your heart, you can't be bothered. Week after week, I see the same thing. People come, they might dress respectfully, but when people are singing, we are singing to God, right? But that's dressed respectfully. So it doesn't mean that you are respectful just because you dress respectfully, all right? God is not saying you wash your clothes means, wow, you respect me. But if you don't even bother, does it say something about your heart? Right? It says something about your heart. The fact that you make an effort says something about how you feel about the person you are going to meet. All right? So I hope you understand that. So God does put a value to train us. To train us. Genesis 35:1. Let's turn to Genesis 35:1. Genesis 35:1. Let's read Genesis 35:1 together. Are you there? 1, 2, reading. And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Then Jacob said, 2 and 3, sorry. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. Verse 3, And let us arise, and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar who answered to God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me all the way which I went. Now here, Jacob, when he said, we are going to worship God, children, family, we are going to worship God. Change, be clean. First, put away the strange god. Just like God says to Moses, sanctify the people. Set them apart. Alright, put away the strange god. So deal with your sins. And also, be clean and change your garments. God recorded these things. If it's not important, God won't bother to record change your garments. Okay, so how we dress will affect how we feel about God. Right? A casual, unkempt, and uncaring attitude will reflect that. Hannah, when you go for your performance, if you have that night there is a performance, would you go up there in slippers and shorts and old t-shirt? How do you normally dress? How do people dress when they are supposed to do a performance? Full gown, right? Full gown. Why? Why bother? You respect the people who come, right? You can play very well, but people come, wow, what is this, right? So, out of respect for the audience that are coming, right? So, same. This mentality is very strong in the past. All right, in the past, have you heard of this word called Sunday what? Best. It's called Sunday best, right? Who knows what's Sunday best? Colin, what's Sunday best?
First you are dressing, do your best clothes for.
Correct. Right? So our generation, we understand what is Sunday best. Noah, did you hear that? Did you hear the answer? No. You heard that? Okay, if not, I can ask you. What's Sunday best? Did you know the answer before this? Not really. All right, not really. So over time, the concept of Sunday best, the younger generation don't seem to have heard about it, not clear what it is, but in the previous generation, Sunday best is a very common thing. When going to church, the parents say, go change. The night before, take out your best clothes. Best clothes, not the most expensive dress, all right? No, it's not best, but it's neat, clean, proper, and dress properly, all right? Clean your shoes. Now, all this preparation will prepare your heart to say, I'm going to meet the living God. I must be very respectful. Right? So the Sunday best concept gone today. Okay, so now I'm not saying that you must every time say, I must go buy new clothes on Sunday. This one wear for 1 year already, not the best. Not saying that, but proper. All right? Put thought to how you come. Don't in the morning just throw on something and then it's like all shabby and come to church disrespectful. Right? We already said when you go for interview, you put thoughts into that. Right? So, students, when do you dress up? Huh? Never dress up. So that's the problem, right? Right. Never dress up. Right? Then make it Sunday. Now I'm not saying must wear very nice, modern, up to fashion clothes, right? But let there be a day where I'm coming to the Lord. I want to dress properly. It's a sign of respect to the Lord. I say again, I'm not espousing a church that everybody must, wow, so formal. I cannot afford to come to this church because everybody dressed like that. We are not a church like that. All right? But what I'm saying is your heart attitude does change in how you put thoughts into your cleanliness, your carefulness before the Lord. Okay? All right? So people always say, God knows my heart. But when you read scriptures, God knows their heart. Right? But they talk about children, family, all go change. Next one. Let's turn to 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 20. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 20. Okay, let us read together. Then David arose from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Lord and worshipped. Then he came to his own house, and when they required him, they set bread before him and he did eat. Now David was in mourning, and then when he arose, he also said he took a shower. He bathed. Do you bathe before you come to church? So now I bathe. Now I'm very holy. All right? It's the thought that he's very careful. He changed his apparel. He knows that when he's coming to worship God, he made sure he changed his apparel, dressed appropriately before the living God. Okay? So does the Bible show that people do put care into how they come before God in the way they dress? The Bible does. Okay? So please do not fall into this new church concept where they constantly propose and they constantly advertise their church. Our church is, we don't care how you dress. You can come in shorts, t-shirts, slippers, and then the pastor himself will make sure that he dressed like that. But in scriptures, you know that people do come before the Lord carefully. But what is the point? Now, let's turn to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 45. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 45. Now, this is really the principle. What is the principle? Leviticus chapter 11, verse 45. Let's read together. 1, 2, reading. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt, to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. So he said, I am your God. Now, so therefore, you must be holy because I am holy. Cornelius, what's the meaning of holy? Sanctified. And the meaning, the word itself, simply by itself, the description is describing what? Put aside. Put aside. I am a God that is different. I'm a God that's separate from ungodliness, unholiness, and all that. And therefore, you also be holy, means you also must be different. Set aside. That's why during the church history period, people told the church at that time, especially, it's very rife, do not wear jeans, because we are a set apart people. The people, especially at that time, wore jeans as a rebellious culture, as a subculture, and God and the churches are saying, we are set apart people. Don't take on their culture and their ways. Understand? That's the principle. Set apart. Set apart. So we are different from the world. So we must dress differently. Differently how? Not strange. But if that is, alright, we see some of the different. Alright, so now in the New Testament, what are some examples that God does put emphasis on dressing? 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. Let's turn there. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. Let us read verse 9 and 10 together. Reading. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which becometh woman professing godliness and good works. Okay, so here in the New Testament, God also gives the instruction regarding dressing. And it is, how are we different from the world? Set apart. How? Modest. Right? Modest. So, modest means, what does modest mean? Anna? What does modest mean? Not sure. Modest can have a few coverage. Modest definitely regarding not immodest. Means not in a way that is sensuous. Alright, low cut blouses, mini skirts, showing a lot of flesh. That is immodest. Alright, that is immodest. But that is how the world dress, right? But God says you are holy, you are set apart. I am godly. So modest. Yes. Yes. I thought we covered this question already. Alright, so now, so that is one. Definitely about not sensuous. Not sensuous. So now, with shamefacedness, sobriety, broidered hair, gold, pearls, costly array. When you put all these things together, what do you think is talking about? Jennifer? What is this about? Alright, shamefacedness, sobriety, no broided hair, gold, pearls, or costly array. What, if you summarize, what is it trying to tell you not to be? Broided hair, and at that time I think maybe some of them put very high hair, tie, stack up. Or gold, pearls everywhere. Wow, very expensive clothes. What do you think God is trying to say about? Don't be vain. Wow, very good word. I didn't think of that word. Don't be vain. Show off. Vain. Want people to notice you. Her hair, 1 feet. Worship time, I want to be 2 feet. Stuck it all out. When people say, right? Don't draw attention to yourself. Right? So immodest is also about that. Not sensuous and also not vain. Right? Be sober, not vain. So not that you cannot tie your hair. Oh no, you tie your hair. Okay? It's how you tie it. Why you tie it that way. Right? Now the fashion is, I don't know, whatever, then you want to do it that way. Right? Tie your hair. If it is not neat, tie your hair. If you read the Bible, your hair keep coming down, you cannot read the Bible, tie your hair. It's not talking about you cannot tie your hair, but why you want to tie it in a certain way? Ask yourself. Okay? Now some girls tie their hair because they like to see men to see their neck. See, I got a very slim swan neck. So tie, make sure you can see. Right? So what reason, why are you doing it? That's the question. Don't be vain. Don't attract attention. So is it wrong to wear gold, pearls, costly array, gold and pearls? What's that? Gold chain and pearl. It is not about that. It's again about showing off. Alright? Then it's probably not a simple thing. It's like, wow, how many rounds? Alright? They wear so much gold the hand cannot lift up. So it's show off. It's show off. And then clothes must be costly array. What is costly array? What do you think it is? Costly array. Show off to people that you can afford expensive things. Branded goods. Now I keep saying the logo gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Cover one whole side. Alright? To show that you're wearing branded things. There's nothing wrong with buying expensive things if you buy it for the right reason, because they last longer, they're proper, but be honest why you buy it. Okay, to show off. That's the problem with things. Good quality things often have a big logo. Alright, so that's a problem. Well, but basically modest is don't try to show off. Be modest. Okay, be modest. Can you wear earring? Depends what earring, right? So you can wear earring, but not those one big walk around, sway around for people to look. No need, right? So just because people do it, you don't have to do it. Right? So don't dress to draw attention to yourself. I always say people go to church to worship who? God, not worship you. Right? People want to be worshipped. See, I dress in all these expensive things. Be neat, be proper, clean your shoes, wear proper things. All right? Don't come like you don't care. I say again, we are not saying you must have nice clothes. Some people, they are not able to buy clothes all the time. They may wear old clothes, but iron it, be proper. That's what we are saying. Okay? Nothing wrong if your clothes is broken and you cannot afford. Then you just be neat. Young people can. I don't want you to grow up and thinking that you must come to church and this is a fashion show in church. Everyone must be like that. Okay? Be neat, be proper before God. So does God talk about this? Yes. Where else? 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 2. Hey, wait. Under 1 Timothy 2:10. But which becometh woman professing godliness. Woman who can say, I'm godly, then God says your dressing also reflects your godliness. Okay? So if you're always trying to be fashionable, then God says, I don't think your thoughts are godly. Your thoughts are worldly. Your thoughts are worldly. In fact, recently I sat down with some ladies and I told them to be the catalyst, to help. You know, as catalyst, to help promote young people, young girls, teenagers, adults, not to be vain. Thank you for the word, Jennifer. Don't teach them to be vain, because people can keep talking about, hey, how come you're not wearing, I don't know, I heard now it's white shoes, is it? That's the fashion now, white shoes. Is it? I don't know. How come you're wearing black shoes? Now the fashion is white shoes. Or how come you don't put makeup? Or how come you don't go on and on? And all they talk about is that. You know, this one got sale, that one on, I bought this. So we are training people to be vain. Alright? Anna, do you like to talk about clothes? You don't like? Why don't you like to talk about clothes? I'm not interested. But if your tetes keep talking to you, Anna, you must wear something more glittery. Anna, that jacket look like a man's jacket. Anna, your shoe don't match your top, you know. Anna, your spectacles. And then after some time, Anna is going to, wow, very tense. Then she'll start thinking, right? So when we keep talking about these things, in a year's time, this will be a fashion show in church. Right? I say again, I'm not saying we must dress ugly. I really want to emphasize it. I'm not saying you cannot dress in anything nice. But don't let fashion be the thing that you keep talking about. That's why God says, if you profess godliness, be careful. So I tasked a few ladies to be the catalyst, to help people not to be so obsessed with fashion and so on. Right? So men the same, no? Men, can you dress immodestly? Can. Super skin tight jeans. Actually women also, right? Now skin tight clothes, that is not modest. Because it's a gym culture here, right? Gym culture, so everybody, wow, you know, when I'm young, my legs still slim, and whatever, my waist still slim. I must wear skin tight clothes so everybody know my form. That's immodest. You may be covered, you know, covered to the neck, to the arms, to the leg, covered, but covered in skin tight. It's immodest. It's immodest, not good. Right? So God says, women that profess godliness. So does God care about the way we dress? God talks about it. God gives instruction about it. So men can be immodest too. Oh, unbuttoned. Show off your hairy chest. What? Your muscles. What? So no need to be like that. Just focus on being proper. Being proper. That's all. So does it answer your question, Noah? Cannot tie hair, no broidered hair. He's talking about very elaborate, trying to attract attention, you know, many pins here, everywhere, kind of thing. No, yeah, so anyway. Okay, so men can be immodest too. Can men also be immodest in a sense in other ways? Yes. We want to be flashy in many things. Right? Men also can be not modest. Please, are these dressed in gold? You think men don't dress in gold? Wow, thick gold chain. Also have, right? Thick gold watch. When they walk out, oh, you cannot look at him. Right? The reflection. Alright, men also. Just dress in whatever is necessary. So no need to try to be show off. Right? Try to be show off. So men can be like that too. Make sure we drive very, very flashy car. You know, that not that you cannot buy a good car, but ask yourself why you're doing it. Right? So some people, they drive because they want to be immodest, show off. Okay? So be careful. I'm not against a good car. Please know that. But ask ourselves why we're doing it. Okay. I know of people, they drive a car, and then when they go to a restaurant, they will request, and they won't pay a lot of money to let them park their car right in front of the door. Do you know that? There are people who are like that. So when they come, they park their car, and then they got special permission because they pay the valet or they pay the shop. Then they come, they get down, then everyone come out, wow, this car. And then when they go out, they have to make sure that very like announcing, Yeah? Maybe purposely drop a coupling. They don't know they're leaving. And God, wow, they're the one who entered the car. So can men be immodest? Also can. Okay, can be immodest also. Okay, so God wants us to be set apart, not like the world. Be proper. It matters how we come before Him. Not fleshy, neither uncaring. Next one. Now, 1 Peter 3:2. Let's turn there. 1 Peter 3:2. So I want to cover this thoroughly and then I'll ask for questions. Because I want to show you all the Bible verses. We are dressed like that not because it's a BPCWA thing. It is not a BPCWA thing. It is, I hope you read from scriptures, that is what we are propounding. Be proper in your dressing, don't be immodest. 1 Peter 3:2, let's read together. 1 Peter 3:2-5, reading. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting of hair, and of wearing of gold, and of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. It is in the sight of God of great price. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Okay? So again, in scriptures, telling us, women especially, telling us, don't define yourself by how you dress. How are you defined? You know what is defined? Veronica, what is defined? Difficult. Don't think that you are worth, what you are worth is, depends on how you dress. That's the point. What you are worth in the eyes of God is not about how you dress. But God does say, please be proper, right? But don't think that you are worth by your nice hair, your nice clothes, wearing gold and all that. But that was how the Christians were then. Said, don't be like that. Do you look at someone and say, wow, Noah very rich. Wow, very nice jacket. Wow, nice shoe. Don't define in your eyes other people by how they dress also. Okay? Now someone asked me, say, Pastor, you know this topic, after that, everyone go and look at everybody. Then everybody very nervous when they come to church. You should not be. Alright? All this you learn for yourself. For yourself. You dress properly before God. Don't be immodest. Don't be vain. For yourself. Don't go around and say, wow, that one today, red color, no, that one, all sort of thing. Wow, white shoe. After I say white shoe, someone texts me, oh no, my mother bought me a pair of white shoe. Alright, don't have to panic. But the main thing is vanity. Alright, vanity. I'm not saying if people wear white shoe, you cannot wear white shoe, alright? People wear white, oh, you wear black. People wear black, you wear white. Just don't be vain. Okay, so God defines us by the inward man. Look at 1 Peter 3:2. Your chaste conversation, what you talk about and how you live. How you talk, how you live. What signals you send out. So how you dress, don't focus. Let it not be. Don't focus on this outward thing. Focus on what? Cornelius, focus on what? Tell me. 1 Peter chapter 3. Focus on the hidden man of the heart. The hidden man, your inward person, your character, your godliness. Alright? So that is how God wants us to focus. And for the women, so the women, he says what? For after this, even the ornament. So God says you wear ornament. You know, ornament means you put something on yourself. Ornament. Okay, Jesse? Ornament. Ornament. Ornament of what? Meek and quiet spirit. Okay, so God says for the person, in this case the women. Alright? Alright? Women. Women? Alright. Okay, women. Okay. You don't have to. Alright, can see like ornament are those things that people put brooch, right? Put ring, gold thing, and then necklace. These are ornaments. God said, what ornament should you focus on? What should you wear? Look at your Bible verse. The meek and quiet spirit. Let that be your ornament. So from now onwards, what should Anna wear? Anna, you must go find a brand of clothes that says meek. Maybe on the shirt, meek. Is it that? Then quiet. Wow, your belt says quiet. Is that what you're saying? Now don't wear that kind of ornament. So now Phoebe have to ask Mommy, where do I find this pin for my hair? God is using this language to explain to us what you should want to portray, what should be seen. Not these expensive and colorful things. When people look at you, I say, why you laugh until like that? When people look at you, they see a godly spirit, right? Not a loud, noisy, very rough, boisterous, and wow, you haven't reached church, everybody knows you're coming, kind of thing. Very loud, just so maybe at that time there were some women that were like that, talking very loud. Have you seen, you go to a restaurant, some people talk very loud. It's quite embarrassing, right? So God says a meek and quiet spirit. Now this meek and quiet spirit is also about submission in church. All right, submission to authority in the context. Okay, so what should you focus on? You wear all black today, so plain. Just a round neck collar, black top, black skirt, shoe. Black shoe also. Black spectacle rims also. Right? Never put chains in. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. I will be someone that is obedient to God. Right? An obedient person. I come on time, I worship God properly, and all that. So God says, focus on those things. Alright? So women, that is what it should be. So how do you know you are very vain? How much time you spend surfing to buy clothes? How much time you go to shopping to buy clothes? And everything is about clothes, clothes, clothes. Ornaments, ornaments, ornaments. Then you know, oops, I think I'm focusing too much on this now. I'm not saying you cannot go and buy clothes, alright? I'm not saying you must one dress and then forever all black. Not that. But ask yourself, what have I been focusing on in my conversations with my sisters in church? What am I focusing on whenever I'm free? What am I thinking about? Alright? So you see, God does say give thought before you come and worship Him, correct? Give thought. But at the same time, not be vain. Okay? Now, another thing. Please turn to Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. Another thing about being separate, being holy. Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Are you there? Okay, we're going to start reading. So flip fast. Reading together. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so is an abomination unto God. So, what is this saying? What does this verse say? Men don't dress like a girl. A girl should not dress like a man. How can a girl dress like a man? Explain. Wearing a suit, then he look like a man. Yeah. So you see, tie some more, suit and tie. Some school uniform have wear tie, but is it like a pants or is it a skirt? For the girl, skirt. Is it wrong for a woman to wear a suit? Very interesting. So I ask children, what is the first thing that you come to a man? The child look at it, oh, look like a man. Suit, pants, tie, especially tie. All right? Yes.
Maybe the women have to wear it without clothes.
Yeah. So a lot of women dress like that to work. So good point. A lot of women do dress like that to go to work in a full suit. All right? What's wrong with that? Do you know that the suit is often called the what suit? I'm going to say power suit, not wet suit. Right? The power suit. Power suit. You know what's the meaning of power suit? What's a power suit? There's energy in there, you can fly. What's a power suit? You wear that, you can lift very heavy things. You can lift the car. What's a power suit? Anyone ideas? The young ones? Anna, what's a power suit? Show your power. What kind of power? Not the physical power, but this is, I'm a woman of power, authority. You know? So I'm in command here. Is it wrong for women to be in authority at work? It's a big discussion. I do not think when God says women submit to men, it is not so much about work. But definitely in church. You cannot argue about church. It's definitely about church. Alright? So women over time began to say, look, why must men be in power? I want to be in power. So is this refusal to say women and men are different? We are all the same. Are women and men different? Different. God created us different. God men to be men, women to be women. There are different roles also. And God even said, don't dress like a man. Don't dress like a woman. That's why God said there is a difference between you. Can you please don't dress like the opposite gender? So it matters to God. This suit thing is really to show power. Okay, I dress as, well, you don't respect me as a woman. I come to church, suit. Okay, so with that thinking. So I'm glad some of you understand this concept of power suit. So ask yourself why you want to dress like that. But I do say that the suit, especially with pants and top and tie, really is like a man. You cannot argue with that. Alright? Maybe you say, okay, then I wear bow tie. Wear a flower here. But ask yourself why you want, I want to show power. Alright? So God says don't have that kind of mentality. But definitely, what about, look like a woman. Alright? Isaac, do you want to look like a girl? No. Alright. Elisha, do you want to look like a boy? See, at the age they don't want. But as you grow up, you may change. Right? God says, that is abominable. I find it abominable. Okay? God used very powerful, strong words. Yes.
What if some boys want to grow their hair?
Say again?
What if some of the boys want to grow their hair?
Yeah. So I'm coming to that. So you see, I'm sure the children will think of that. Ponytails. Don't dress. Don't be like a woman. Ponytail. God never meant men to keep your hair like a woman. Ponytails. Very popular. Wow, you ponytail. Wow, very creative man. Okay? Man, woman, cut their hair and fashion their hair like a man. Okay? We are not against short hair. But they purposely cut it with sideburns, with everything, the parting off, and comb it like a man. Okay? God intended you to have hair that look like a woman. In fact, many times in scriptures it says, the long hair is the glory of a woman. God meant it like that. But I'm not saying if you have short hair, you are not womanly, but wear your hair like a woman. Okay, God wants us to be differentiated when people look at us. Okay? So sometimes I go to the toilet and then did I go to the wrong toilet? Look at me, pony head, tail and everything, and then wear a long coat, I don't know whether I went to the wrong toilet. Right? You can't differentiate. God says, no, I do not want that. Okay? So please be aware. So please don't dress. So should women wear trousers? Pants. You know, there is a saying, I am the one who wears the... Yeah, you don't know. I'm the one who wears the pants at home. Even that saying. You know what it means? I'm the one who wears the pants at home. Cornelius. Hey, where's your brother? Caleb. Caleb. Oh, you're smart. Hide behind. Caleb. What does it mean when a woman says, I'm the one who wears the pants at home? You don't know, alright? What does it mean? Let me ask. Xing Yuan. What does it mean? When a woman says, I'm the one who wears the pants at home. What does it mean? My husband is the one who wears the skirts at home. What does that mean? Not sure. You never heard of it. Those statements means I'm the boss at home. I'm the head at home. By and large, in the past, women wear skirt, men wear trousers. Except in those times, they wear the tunic, right? We studied that. Right? By and large, in culture, in society, that is the meaning. Right? So women, I'm not saying you cannot wear trousers, busy bee. Right? You want to wear skirt, fine. But if you need to do some work, you wear trousers, not the problem. But many women, over time, just wear trousers and trousers and trousers and trousers. Why don't you look like a woman? Wear skirt. Why not? God made you a woman, right? Wear your hair like a woman. Dress like a woman. Be feminine. Right? So some like to be tomboys. What's tomboy? Yes.
And some girls are like boys.
They want to be like a boy. Alright, tomboy. What's the opposite of tomboy for girls? Princess girl, I don't know. Nancy boy. What's the opposite of Tom? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so be feminine. God meant you to be feminine. Alright, boys, be manly. Okay, be manly. Dress properly, dress like a man. Can a man dress like a woman? How? Yes. Huh? Wear a dress, yes, definitely. But maybe not so extreme. Well, ponytail. What else? Maggie has an answer. I don't know, adults. How? You notice? Huh? Correct. Makeup. You know what's makeup? What's makeup? The thing you draw on your face, lipstick. Alright? So there are men who put makeup nowadays. It's crazy. Alright? I attended a wedding and this man was in makeup. I said, did I attend that wedding or? No, I didn't attend it. I saw the photo. It's very clear. He was in makeup. Because you see, don't put makeup. When we take your wedding photo, your face is very bland. Alright? Don't need. Alright? Bland. Don't do things that women is known to be for women. Alright? Makeup and all that. But some they just, oh, my lips very pale. So now men very vain, have facial, have all sorts of things. Then lips very pale, okay, put a bit of, what do you call that? Lipstick. My eyes very plain. Put a bit of eyeshadow. Eyeshadow, why? You know eyeshadow, okay. So no shadow, so I must put some shadow. Alright, so men, don't be vain. It's the same principle. Okay, don't be vain. Now, some cuts of clothes are very feminine. Today is very difficult. I went to Singapore and then I walked past this shop and say, the model was a man, but the clothes, it's men's clothes, but somehow it's like woman. Right? The cutting and all that. And then I realized that shops sell all this kind of clothes for men who want to be feminine. So that brand of clothes is like that. So be careful, be aware. And more people dress like that. Don't be surprised that we become to dress like that and we also don't know. Right? So be aware. Okay, so be men, be women. Don't wear each other's clothes. So back to the same question. Can women wear pants? Why you wear pants? Alright? But I still think God made you a woman. Culturally, naturally, women wear skirt. Why don't be feminine? Right? Be feminine. Why not? But of course, certain activities, certain what, requires to wear trousers for modesty sake and all that. Beach games. Alright? Where it's windy, where you're jumping. So for modesty sake, yeah, wear pants, there's nothing wrong. With certain jobs, yes.
So because you say you don't buy clothes for everything, what happens if, for example, you can't find modern shorts in the female section, so you buy from the men's, or your jackets don't come with boots, so you go to the men's section, because those clothes are like very...
Okay, so the question is, what happens if I can't find modest shorts? Because all the girl shorts are so short. And then the boy shorts are longer. Can I go and buy a boy short? Good question. What about jacket? No, I need a jacket with a hoodie. And then the girls section don't have, but the boys one have. So should you? What do you think? Ask parents. Alex, what do you think? So there are a few principles. There's modesty. Well, my suggestion is always find first. Find first. Because the cut generally is quite obvious. Alright? You put it on, it's quite obvious. You're wearing a man's trousers. It's quite obvious. Same for jackets, the same. Okay, so yeah. Alright, so jackets also quite obvious. The cut is also different. Christian church, now so some people say cannot have unisex clothes. That one I don't know. Alright, so camp jackets is unisex. Okay, it's not particularly cut to be more feminine or more masculine. They cut it somewhere in between, unisex. I think that's fine, but try first. Try first. Alright, I think that is the best principle. What other question? Alright, so I want to take as many questions as possible on this, then we end. Because this is always coming up. In Scotland. Yeah, culturally in Scotland they wear the kilt, right? Yeah, that's different. Culturally they wear that. Alright, just like in Malaysia, the men wear skirt. It's called sarong. Alright? Yeah, but that's different. Okay, yes?
In China, there's a kind of Chinese opera. Then a lot of men actually perform
as women.
As a totally woman, and then sing a voice, and then also exactly same as woman.
Yeah, so there are many, actually now it's very popular, movies are like that and all that to promote men dressed like a woman. In Singapore there's a very famous TV star and he's always acting like a woman. Alright, so no, Christians should not even be in this kind of profession. Alright, but no, that is really exactly what God says. Exactly what God says. Not good, yes.
It was on the news about two weeks ago or so that WA, they are going to introduce cross-dressing into the school.
Yep.
I think starting at year 3. So year 3 students will be encouraged to dress in the opposite gender for school.
Yep.
What do you think the children should respond to?
So the parents should always tell, no, I do not want that. You know? Based on biblical, you don't have to tell them, my God says this. Alright? They won't understand. You say, I do not want my child to dress in the opposite gender. I believe until now parents are still given a choice. Yes.
So what if you have an older brother and then you get hand-me-down?
Your older brother. Alright, older brother, you get hand-me-down.
What is? Not that I do.
Not that I do, okay. Make sure she clarify. Yes, maybe sometimes that happens. Now, if you really are poor, some families are like that. They're very poor. They really cannot afford. That's different. But parents should avoid that because you're teaching the child to begin to dress in opposite gender's clothes. All right. But if you're very poor, that is different. Okay. There was something else I wanted to say, which is very important. Any other question? Anyone? You have to go down already.
So how about those like Samson who used to have like really long hair or like Absalom who has long hair?
Samson had long hair. Now those were the Nazarite vows, and that is in the culture, in the practice of the ceremony, they are not supposed to cut their hair. So that's different. All right. Absalom long hair, the Bible says is vain. Very vain. Every go and weigh his hair even. Publicly show off even. So weigh his hair. That's vanity. That's different. There was something very important. Anyone? Yes, Anna. Oh. I remember, I'll tell you the next time. We have to go down and eat. Alright? So the summary is, be conscious, don't be casual when you come to worship God. God did tell them, go bathe, go wash themselves. David himself automatically do it. It's an automatic thing. But at the same time, it's not a vanity show. Okay, please know that. Let us pray.